Okay, hello, sixth graders. I wanted to let you know that I am going to stop posting all of the whole week's lesson plans on Google Classroom. I will have it on my website if you'd like to know like that far in the future, but to just try to decrease the amount of emails that you get, I'd like to just send everybody one a day with my video. So no longer am I going to post all of these on Google Classroom. They'll be on my website though, if you're interested. So today's video/science class, we are supposed to record notes and then complete the review sheet over metamorphic rocks. So let's get our notes out here, and I will cover up some of them. It is over metamorphic rocks. We're from page 114 to, quite simply, I think this is 117. Yes, and so it's only a one-page flip. Remember, we already highlighted and answered all the questions, so that might help you with some of the questions that are on the review sheet. Also copying down some of our notes. Remember, if you don't want to copy my notes as I'm speaking here, you can go to the Google Slides where I've added some better visuals. So we've learned that metamorphic rocks form from other rocks being changed by heat and or pressure. So we've learned about 3 different types of rock. Metamorphic rock. Can you name the other 2? You said igneous and sedimentary. You would be correct. All 3 of those rocks can become metamorphosized. In other words, we can change an igneous rock into a metamorphic rock. We can change a sedimentary rock into a metamorphic rock. We can also change a metamorphic rock into a different type of metamorphic rock. And the last slide on the Google Slide program shows you the metamorphism as it goes through in some of those, if you wanted to see some examples. Number 16, geologists classify these rocks according to the arrangement of their grains. Okay, let's pause here. Try to remember when you go back to section 3.2, one of your notes said about when we were classifying rocks, that the first one said that they classify them by grain size, and we learned the terms fine and coarse. And then the last one said the arrangement of their grains, which we see here, and they say they could be banded or non-banded. I think you're going to see synonyms of those words a little bit later. What was the middle one? It was grain shape. Remember the rounded ones like conglomerate or the pointy ones like breccia. All right, so when we talked about the classify according to the arrangement of their grains and it was banded and non-banded, I think this is what they were talking about when you get, they call it foliated or non-foliated. In other words, we can see bands or folds. Remember when we were reading it and I said foliated, if you think about the word fold, you can kind of see layers there. So if you look right here, you can see the layers in this form. I believe this is gneiss, and this is probably granite. Remember, that was the lab that we did, I think it was late Friday. All right, so that's it. That's 17 notes total since chapter 3 started, over 5 lessons. That's like 3 sentences a section. These are some examples of rock types and the metamorphic rock that they turn into. Shale and slate. Limestone turns into marble, sandstone turns into quartzite, granite turns into gneiss. If you Google the one of the Supermans, the original Supermans, away in the back where Christopher Reeve played Superman, he picks up a chunk of coal and he just uses his Superman powers and he squeezes it really tight and he turns it into a diamond for Lois Lane, if you want to Google that. All right, so I'm going to attach this, which is your review for your metamorphic rock section. It is only 1 through 10, so think about each one of these is worth 10 points. If you don't know it, don't guess. Go back in your book. A lot of the answers we highlighted in the yellow. You can also use your notes to do this. I know it says lesson quiz on here, but I'm going to give you a test at the end of this. This is just a quick review. And I wanted to draw your attention to the directions. Don't write false here. It says if the statement is true, write true. If the statement is false, you need to change the underlined word. Now, some people like to write true and then false, and if it's false, they change the underlined word. And I give credit for that. But if you were going to follow the directions, you should write the changed word here. And don't make this hard on yourselves. If it's foliated, then it must be non-foliated. If it's high, then it's low, or whatever. And then you want to fill in the blank to complete each of these statements. All of these could be either on your notes or in your book. Be willing to go back and do a little research and then send that to me. I should have this no later than this Friday. This taking forever for works. I have people email me, my printer's down, my this is down. That I get. Let me know that, and then I'll be very understanding. But for those of you that are just ghosted me, I feel really sad. All right, so have a good week. Get that to me as soon as you can. Bye, 6th graders.